Hi, good morning. Last class we have discussed one theorem. Today also we are going to discuss one theorem. Okay. Now what is actually our theorem? Given that let V be M is a finite dimensional vector space or the field F. Okay. And let B, script B equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n, and b dash is equal to alpha 1 dash, etc. alpha n dash. Be ordered basis for V. Okay. Now suppose T is a linear operator on V. If P equal to P1, etc. Pn is an n by n matrix with columns Pj equal to alpha j dash related to B, then matrix of T related to B dash equal to P inverse T, matrix of T related to B into P. Okay. I will repeat the statements once again. Let V be a finite dimensional vector space over F, and we have given this B and B dash are ordered basis. Okay. And suppose T is any linear operator. And also this is also given condition. P is a n by n matrix with columns, this one. This is given condition. And we have to prove matrix of T related to B dash equal to P inverse matrix of T related to B and into P. Alternatively, if U is an invertible operator on V defined by U alpha j equal to alpha j dash, j equal to 1 to etc. n. Okay, if U is any other operation, invertible operator defined like this, U alpha j equal to alpha j dash, j equal to 1 to etc. n, then this is like this. That is, for P, here we have matrix of U related to B inverse, then matrix of T related to B into matrix of U related to B. Okay. These terms may confuse you, but proof is very easy. Now, what is given? We have, if you look back to our coordinates, the section coordinates, there is another theorem, second theorem. Given any matrix P, okay, and B equal to alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n, and B dash is equal to alpha 1 dash, etc. Alpha n dash. Then there exists a matrix P satisfying some condition. We have already discussed that. So, uh, we'll move to the proof. Given that B is a finite dimensional vector space and B and B dash are its ordered basis and T is a linear operator on V. Then by theorem 7, that is theorem on the session coordinates. Given any B and B dash, there exists a unique invertible matrix P which satisfies this condition. Okay, hope all of you remember this. Matrix of alpha related to B equal to P into matrix of alpha related to B dash for every alpha belongs to V, where P equal to this one and P satisfies Pj equal to alpha j dash related to B. Our first theorem in the session coordinates. Okay, given any two bases, there exists an invertible matrix. Okay. Now, as T is a linear transformation, T is a linear operator for each vector alpha in V, where is T alpha? T alpha also belongs to V. So, this is true for, this statement is true for, this statement, equation 1 is true for every alpha belongs to V. As T is a linear operator, T alpha also belongs to V. Therefore, this our first equation is true for T alpha also. So, if you apply this result, we get T alpha related to B equal to P into T alpha related to B dash. Clear? because it is true for every alpha belongs to V, and T is a linear operator, therefore T alpha belongs to V, therefore this result is true for T alpha also. Okay, clear? Therefore we have this result. But by theorem 11 that we have discussed yesterday, we have matrix of T alpha related to B. Sorry, it's coordinate. Coordinate of T alpha related to B equal to matrix of T related to B and into coordinate of alpha related to B. Coordinate matrix of alpha related to B. Okay. Now we are using this equation 2, here 2 in equation 3, sorry, equation 3 in 2, in T alpha related to B. We are replacing this T alpha by this one. So matrix of T alpha, T related to B, matrix of alpha related to B equal to P into matrix of T alpha related to B dash. Now what is our first equation? First equation is alpha related to B equal to P into alpha related to B dash. We are applying first equation in equation, our last, this equation. Alpha related to B. Alpha related to B equal to P into alpha related to B dash. Applying that we have T related to matrix of T related to B equal to into alpha for alpha related to B. For alpha related to B, you replace by P into matrix of alpha related to B dash equal to this one. Okay. Now, applying yesterday's theorem again for T alpha related to B dash, matrix coordinate matrix of T alpha related to B dash is same as matrix of T related to B dash into alpha related to B dash. We are using this theorem for B dash. So applying that theorem for B dash, we get T alpha related to B dash equal to T related to B dash into alpha related to B dash. Clear? Once again, we have this result, and applying this result for T alpha, as T alpha also belongs to V, we have this result. So applying yesterday's theorem, we have this result, and you put this here in this equation. Okay, then replace this by our P into matrix of alpha related to B dash, and then apply yesterday's theorem to here. T alpha related to B dash equal to matrix of T related to B dash into matrix of alpha related to B dash. Substitute in this here. If you look at this, you can cancel these terms. These two are same. Okay, so you can cancel. Actually, you can multiply by coordinate matrix of alpha related to B dash inverse. Okay, then we get this one. Multiplying by P inverse, we get P inverse matrix of T related to B into P equal to, here again P inverse P matrix of T related to B dash. So P inverse P is identity matrix. Therefore, this is like this. Okay. Therefore, matrix of T related to B dash is equal to P inverse matrix of T coordinate matrix of matrix of T related to B into P. Yeah, this is our equation 7. Clear? Now the second part is, let U be an invertible operator on V. We are assuming that U is an invertible operator on V which carries B on to B dash defined by U alpha j equal to alpha j dash. And we have to prove for P is same as matrix of U related to B. Okay. Now we are going to prove the matrix P is the matrix of the operator U in the ordered basis B. So we have alpha matrix of coordinate matrix of alpha related to B equal to P into matrix of alpha related to B dash, where columns of P are given by Pj and Pj equal to alpha j dash related to B. Okay. So in that case, we have defined alpha j dash like this. Okay. In theorem, we have defined in that theorem. You can look at theorem 7. So in that case, we have defined alpha j dash equal to sigma I varies from 1 to n pij alpha I. Okay. Now we have given our assumption is u alpha j equal to alpha j dash. Therefore, u alpha j equal to sigma I varies from 1 to n pij alpha I. We have if T alpha j, we have defined T alpha j equal to sigma I varies from 1 to n aij alpha I, then matrix of T related to B is equal to A. This is the definition of matrix that we have discussed in our section 22. Okay. So here matrix of U related to B equal to P. So replacing P in equation 7 we get matrix of T related to B dash is equal to matrix of U related to B inverse into matrix of T related to B into matrix of U related to B. Okay. So now moving to another definition, similar matrices. Okay, so we have A and B be any n by n square matrices. Then we say that B is similar to A over F if there is an invertible n by n matrix P over F such that B equal to P inverse AP. Okay, A and B are n by n matrix. If there exists an invertible matrix P satisfying this condition, then we call B is similar to A. Okay, so if you apply this result here, what we get? Matrix of T related to B dash is similar to matrix of T related to B using this result. Here, P is an invertible matrix and a matrix of T related to B dash is equal to this one. This means matrix of T related to B dash is similar to matrix of T related to B. According to theorem 14, we have V is if V is an n-dimensional vector space and B dash are two ordered bases for V, then for each linear operator T on V, the matrix B equal to matrix T related to B dash is similar to A equal to matrix of T related to B. Okay. Now, suppose A and B are n by n matrices and B is similar to A. Let V be an n-dimensional vector space over F and let B be an ordered basis for V and let T be a linear operator on V which is represented in the basis by A. If B equal to P inverse AP, let B dash is an ordered basis for V obtained from B by P, that is alpha j dash equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n pij alpha I, then the matrix of T in the ordered basis B dash will be B. Okay. Here actually we have given a matrix P. So okay, given a matrix P, so B is an ordered basis. Where is given our P? Okay, we have given A is a B is similar to A. B is similar to A means there exists a matrix P such that B equal to P inverse AP. So we have given a matrix P and there is a basis B. Using our theorem 2 in coordinate section, we can define an ordered basis B dash like this. Okay. Using theorem 2 in coordinate section, there is a basis B dash. Okay, and B dash is defined like this. If B dash is defined like this, then we can easily prove the matrix of T related to the B dash will be B. Okay. Thus, the statement B is similar to A means each n-dimensional space over F, the matrices A and B represent the same linear transformation in two different ordered bases. Okay. Here first, in first one, T related to B, and T related to B is, matrix of T related to B is A. In the second one, matrix of T related to B dash is A, sorry, B. Now last one, there is a node. Similarity is an equivalence relation on the set of all matrices. Suppose A is similar to B, then it is same as B is similar to A, and we have to prove this is an equivalence relation. First, we have to prove reflexivity. That is, A is equivalent to A. We have A equal to I inverse AI. I is an invertible matrix, therefore A is similar to A. Now prove symmetry. Suppose B is similar to A, and we have to prove that A is similar to B. B equal to P inverse AP. Now if you multiply by P, and here also multiply by P inverse, we get PB P inverse equal to A. PB P inverse equal to A, that is A equal to PB P inverse, and which is same as P inverse B P inverse. If Q equal to P inverse, then this is equal to Q inverse BQ. This implies A is similar to B. Now move into transitivity. We have A is similar to B and B is similar to C. Therefore, A you can write like this: B equal to P2 inverse CP2. Okay, now for A equal to prove, we have to prove, suppose this we are notation, A is related to B and B related to C, and here we have to prove that A is related to C, that is A is similar to C, that is we have to prove that there exists an invertible matrix, some R such that R inverse C R. This is what we have to prove. Okay, or P inverse C P. So here we are using P1 and P2, and for B you replace this definition and we will get this definition. If you denote R is equal to P2 P1, P1 in P2 P1 inverse equal to P1 inverse P2 inverse. Why? AB inverse equal to B inverse A inverse. Okay, therefore this matrix, and we get this. That means A is similar to C. Thus we get similarities reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Therefore it is a equivalence relation. Okay, hope everything is clear. And now we have to discuss some problems in these matrices that we will discuss in our next session.